Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome
Welcome,
to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with,
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Happy solstice, midsummer, first day of summer, however you want to celebrate it.
Yes.
Litha, did I miss any names?
No. Happy sun joining
Happy
us.
sunny.
Uh, whoops. Not the best view.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's good to see you back, Kellyo.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, it's been crazy around here. The cats have been like out of control today. I don't know if it's the solstice, the eclipse, I don't know, but they have been crazy today.
Especially that one.
Yeah. Oh, hey, okay, Pragya Joshi, we will add you, yes, to the list. Thank you.
So we're hoping everybody's enjoying the sun and summer. It's pretty warm here. It will be warm. It's been warm the last several days.
Yes, it has. Hopefully this, either today or tomorrow, I think it's today, is going to be the last of it. Then it cools down for almost the next week.
Yes.
So I'm happy. I mean, lower 80s, I love it.
We've lived in Michigan our whole lives, and there's this whole thing about the humidity is overwhelming in the summertime. But the heat itself is too, and so they combine and create a heat index, I guess you would say.
It has been gorgeous here too. The sunshine we've been getting lately has been fabulous. But the heat and the humidity, not so much.
So is that our collective card there?
Yes, it is. And today, Sunny will block me immediately. It is the Oracle of Visions from Ciro Marchetti. Always a challenge here. And we're going to have Mr. O draw one. They're read upright, so it doesn't matter.
It more or less is gorgeous. I'm just a humbug that doesn't like the heat. Do I read them reversed?
They are not read reversed. Oh, that's an interesting one. We'll just show the card. They are just the picture. There's no name on the card, but it's really beautiful.
It's a 5.
It's a 5,
yeah.
which I will look up. I like this Oracle Visions of Ciro Marchetti. It's really, really nice. Very deep. So this one is about flights of fancy, leap of faith, taking a next step. And there's a quote on the card by H. Jackson Brown. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. Do you want to hold that up again? Sure. And here's the message of the card. If you take that leap of faith, oh, the places you could go, but you'll never know until you try. We can dream and hope and take that leap, but there are risks involved. Nevertheless, we do not have to be a tarot fool innocently leaping from a cliff. We can instead assess the scenario, the dangers, and prepare. We can train or educate ourselves, become informed, take precautions, and increase our chances of success. That sounds a lot like how I do things.
It's very nice.
I like that card.
There's
yeah.
sort of a steampunk kind of look there, just a little bit with that figure.
Yeah, this is an awesome deck. I like it. Oracle of Visions by Ciro. I want to get the tarot deck that Llewellyn was showing. Oh, we had a great week at Llewellyn Con. I don't know who else joined it, but there were a lot of good presentations and some that I hope are still available that I can watch again, because there was really one good astrological one. I didn't know what to expect from this person I'd never heard of before, but it was not bad. She went over the whole year of what's been happening and what's going to happen, and I definitely want to look at that one again.
So hello to some of the new folks that have
Patton.
showed up. Hi, Patton.
Who came first? Let's see. I got Pragya.
Abhinav.
Abhinav. I'll get Abhinav on the list.
Divine Universe.
Divine You. Welcome back.
And then Patton showed up.
Patton. You are all added. So I will go, well, I'm not going to go over the list yet. Let's go over the decks. What do you have, Mr. O?
Did you get Pragya from earlier?
I did.
Okay, very good.
Yes, Pragya, you are on the list. I'll read the list in just a moment.
So, my decks?
Yeah.
Well, I brought a number of decks today.
So did I.
I brought one I have not used before. It's called the Tarot of the Mermaids.
Oh.
Yes, you gave me that because I guess you thought maybe I could use it more than you could.
Well, you are a water sign, Mr. O.
Well, and I have not used it, or only once, maybe a long time ago, here. And then I also have my Nefertari's Tarot, which is always a crowd pleaser. The nice gold backings on them, or inlays, whatever you call that. And then finally, I have my Ancestral Path Tarot.
That's a nice one.
Which is a nice one, too. And that's the back of that card.
Okay, moving on to me. I've brought back because it's summer and I like it. And look what's up here. This is the Ace of Wands in their deck. It's the Fairy Tale Tarot that I have that was, I think, made in the Ukraine or published in the Ukraine. It's designed by Karen Mahoney and Alex Yukolov. Artwork by Irina Triskova. And so I'm using that one again. Kind of whimsical for summer. I also have the Tarot, the Revelations Tarot One More Time by Zach Wong. It's a very interesting deck. I just like the colors on it, so I'm using that again. And finally, I did bring back out Stephen Bright's Spirit Within Tarot. Oh, look, there's the Page of Cups because I just really like the silhouettes on here. And finally, I am switching between two Lenormand decks today. Who would have thought? Just to complicate things, I have the Pagan Lenormand I've brought back out. And the Pagan Lenormand is by Gina M. Pace, Franco Rivoli, and it's a Llewellyn deck. And then I have the Fairy Tale Lenormand, which is by Marcus Cax and Tally Goodwin, and it's also a Llewellyn deck. And that's it. So now I can read the list. Unless you have any announcements to make, Mr.
Well, I was
O.
just curious. I guess WDDC is possibly something to do with gaming. So have fun. I don't know if it's off topic yet. When we get going, it might become off topic.
We just published our modality reading. If people have not caught that yet, our monthly modality reading that comes out every time the zodiac switches signs. So check that out on
YouTube.
On YouTube, our YouTube channel. And for people who are new, subscribe and click on notifications, and you'll know when we go live. And
like us.
Yes, and by all means, like us. And you can get in early on the screen, so you're for sure to get a reading. But I can say right now that everybody who's made the list will get a reading today. We're starting with Pretty Stars first, and then Yolo, Merwin, Gina, Josephine, KC, Pragya, Abhinav, Divine You, and Patton. And that's what we got so far. Well, thanks for that, Casey. Yeah, you know, we
forget ourselves, and usually somebody in the chat room reminds everybody else.
Yeah, they'll say,
so
don't forget
great.
to like the page. And I'm like, how silly that we don't tell people to like our page. So we're trying to remember to do that, but, you know.
Maybe we're dingbats.
Maybe. Maybe we are our own worst enemies.
Well.
So, anyway, we're going to have some important announcements in the next few weeks about up-and-coming things, most definitely. And don't forget, everybody, July 3rd is coming, and Mr. O will be retired from his day job.
Yes, I will. And then I can put more attention to our business here at TFT. So yeah, it's kind of a moment for me to sit back and really reflect because it's 20 years.
Yeah.
Been doing that for a long time.
So anyway, we're going to start with Pretty Star. Pretty Star, you can. Oh, Tammy Bambi's come in. Sure, Tammy, I'll get you on the list.
Oh, I missed that one. Where is that?
Right after.
There it is. I see
yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, Tammy. Hey, welcome back. It's a bit of a long list now, Tammy, but we're getting started. We're getting rolling.
You know, Casey, I almost went out and got a couple of new berets. I'm probably going to do it soon because I know there's a place that's near me. I'm probably just going to have them sent in. Yeah, it's near my workplace, but I'm probably just going to have them sent in to me. I'm kind of really eschewing as much public appearances as possible. I've been at work for this last week. They did finally call us back, and we're under a lot of masks and all those precautions, but still, I feel so
tarot themed berets.
vulnerable. Well, I really wish I knew somebody who could make me a nice tarot.
I know
themed
someone
beret.
you could maybe talk to.
Who's that?
One of our old friends out in the West Coastish area now.
Oh, well, maybe. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. So anyway, hey, I don't see a question from Pretty Star. Pretty Star, you are up, so please
I'm going to take their
give
name
us
in.
your question, and we're going to get this ball rolling. I'm going to start with my tarot. So still no haircut, even though the barber shops have opened. I'm biding my time a little bit with that. Cases in Michigan seem to be going up slightly, so I'm watching things right now. Not liking what I see there. So we're still doing better than many other states, but I'm still watching it right now.
So maybe Pretty Star is not quite here with us.
Very summary, thank you.
You know, for years, all the 20 years that I've worked at my location, I always wear long sleeves. I'm very used to having dressed in a professional environment for about 15 or more years before that. And a lot of people are very casual, and I always have a sense of a somewhat business
Last
casual.
call, Pretty Star. I'm going to have to put you at the bottom of the list.
And then people would say, how come you won't wear short sleeves? So I finally would just say, I don't want to show the cult tattoos. But of course I have no cult tattoos. I have no tattoos.
So is Pretty Star just on once in the beginning and that was pretty much it?
Yeah.
So maybe they have moved on. I'm going to assume so. It's given plenty of time here. So we're going to pass on that. Hey, YOLO, you are up.
Maybe now that I'm retired, I'll just get some cult tattoos.
No. Well, I don't know. I guess so, if you wish.
No, I'm not a tattoo kind of person.
What about piercings?
No.
Okay, so YOLO, you are up. Merwin, Gina, Josephine, KC, Pragya, Abhinav, Divine You, Patton, Tammy Bambi, and Pretty Star will be at the bottom.
Well,
TFT tattoo.
you know what? If I maybe got like a certain level of subscribers, if I could monetize and say if I get X amount of, paid subscribers, I would do it.
Uh-oh, it's the tattoo challenge. You've heard it here first.
Well, actually, I've been thinking about another challenge since I might as well mention this. But Banshee over here got so many hits, likes, engagements, whatever, off of her very recent...
On Facebook.
Revised on Facebook,
Yeah.
on our TFT Facebook, her revised Mercury retrograde rap.
And
I thought, why can't I just make a little more hay here and say, hey, if we got X amount of likes more than this, or actual subscribers to that page, likes to that page, followers, we would film a video of you and me doing it for YouTube.
oh, jeez.
I know. Who would
Please,
want to see that?
Nobody.
Did we lose YOLO too?
YOLO? What happened with YOLO? I haven't seen. YOLO, you are up. The second call for YOLO. My goodness. We might go through this just list
they are.
quickly. Okay, great.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, YOLO.
Sag and you.
Okay, let's take a gander.
Alrighty, YOLO.
I want to
here
shuffle
we
that
go.
again, so give that back to me.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be 1,000 to monetize on YouTube. So we are a way off from that, Patton.
Obviously.
We aren't even at 150 yet. We're at 149. So we're slowly climbing.
I'm pretty cheap. I thought, like, okay, if we could get up to 500 in X time, let's say
Oh,
before Mercury retrograde ends, or even the shadow, you know, so that's like about, 4 to 5 weeks.
that's a pretty heady challenge.
We would commit to creating this video.
All right, there you
And
go.
I even have a drum machine, so it would definitely be
He
like
has
a rap.
my drum machine. That's
Okay.
my drum
But why not?
machine. All right, 3 cards.
I'm just looking at what Patton has said.
Oh, okay. Okay, what's going
Okay,
to
Yellow.
happen?
Ah.
Well, this is really interesting. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Why are you laughing?
Reversed.
Reverse.
I just sort of think like maybe there's a chance somebody's going to move, somebody's going to get off of their duff a little bit.
7 of Pentacles, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
The Emperor upright. Is that showing on the camera? Because I'm...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah.
I am so sorry. Please
Back
do
to
them both
the
again.
7 of Pentacles reversed. Little camera problem there. And we have the Emperor
Hi,
upright.
January girl.
Hey, January girl.
We'll get you.
And then we have the 8 of Cups reversed. Well, the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups are reversed are kind of movement in a way. But I think it's more about maybe... I don't know. The 7 of Pentacles to me is kind of more about worrying you haven't done enough in a situation. Somebody in this relationship maybe or between you two feels they need to do more. They haven't done enough to ensure that things are going to work out. I don't know if there's been some issues between you or maybe nothing has happened yet. It's almost as if somebody needs to do more to ensure success. That's how I feel.
Well, in that light, then maybe that makes the Emperor make a little more sense because the Emperor maybe is representing somebody one way or the other who is kind of looking in judgment on that or sort of saying, it is up to you, it's not up to me. I'm just mostly in charge of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Is he dreaming? He was...
I don't know what he's doing.
Okay. And, okay, so yeah, the Emperor. So, yeah, I think it's time somebody needs to... So where things are going is maybe finally somebody is going to take the lead on this. Is that sort of what you said?
A little bit,
Because
yeah. The Emperor would imply that for
kind
sure.
of leading to that. And then... So I don't know. Have you
But
guys
that lead
been...
looks like a change of direction.
Have you guys been separated or have you never been together? Because this almost seems like somebody is returning.
Well, or to me, it's maybe at least a change in direction.
Yeah, or it could be a change in a direction. And I think this is overall positive, that something positive may develop. But I think we're going to need to do the Lenormand on this to see. So let me see what I get.
So,
And yeah,
looks like-
Casey, I don't know why I haven't been using this deck more and now I am, because I really like the silhouettes on this deck, and this deck is really nice. I like it.
I'll be honest, Pat, and I have to really think about that idea about getting a tattoo because I'm like 65 or almost, and I've never really
What do you got to lose,
been
Mr. O?
inspired to get a tattoo. And like, ooh, I would really be on the line if I say this. And like, I just know there's enough people out there in the world that I think like, oh yeah, we could do this, like, oh, now I gotta get a tattoo. In other words, I'm not really very keen on that idea.
Well,
What you got?
this is very interesting because I've got the ring here,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got the child here.
Oh.
And so to me, what this kind of indicates is YOLO, is that I think there's baby steps towards a commitment of some sort, of reaching some kind of understanding or a commitment. Because the ring is about that, whether it's a romantic commitment, or it seems like there's steps moving towards that, but they're small steps, they're subtle. I think right now is subtle moves forward in a relationship.
So I agree with that, and then to me that sort of resonates over to here with the Emperor
Yeah.
and these cards, because this idea maybe is that being in charge means having the luxury of not having to move fast on something, to be considerate of what the changes could be or what the actions need to be taken.
So that's what we have for you, YOLO. I hope that helps. And thanks for joining us again. And Merwin, you are up. And after Merwin is Gina, Josephine, Casey, Pragya, Abhinav, Divine You, Patton, Tammy Bambi, and Pretty
You're welcome,
Star if
Yellow.
they've returned. You are very welcome. We will definitely try to stay as safe as we can. These are nerve-wracking times still. I don't know what's going on in our country here, but it's not good right now. So I was going to say that, yeah, he mentioned my success on Facebook. He sends some things out to a couple other groups he belongs to. So he sent my summer
Could have been
solstice.
it.
He sent my summer solstice greeting out, or reading out, as well as the Mercury retrograde wrap. And between the two posts, we got over 700 engagements, which I thought was really good for us. So that was pretty surprising to me.
We're flattered and honored.
Yeah, it just flipped me right out. All right, where's the rest of my deck? Oh, you have it. That's okay.
Are you talking about a list of the people who are reading? Because we've been trying to figure out a way to get our Nightbot to do that for us.
You know what, Patton? Our son has found a way to do this. Somebody sent him a way to do this. But because of our staying distance from him for the virus, we haven't been able to
Gotten
do
it
that
together.
yet. Plus, I'm still waiting on my computer. And it's coming really soon. Really, really soon now. So, once we get that and we start setting everything back up on the new computer, we'll get on that.
We're actually waiting for Merwin, right?
Okay, yeah, we're waiting for Merwin right now, Gina, but you are after Merwin. I'm going to put that down, general reading for you. Hey, Merwin, you still with us? Paging Merwin.
I'm going to write their name in.
So, I don't know how complicated this whole list thing is going to be, but he claims he has a way, and we'll see if he can train us into how to do it right. So, we'll see. There
we
you
go.
are. There are no silly questions, Merwin.
Except for the ones I asked.
Okay, that's not a silly question. Let's see what we get on that.
Yeah.
Do you want to use mine or do you want to use yours?
Let's use one of mine.
Okay.
You know, let's use the brand honkin' new Tarot of the Mermaids.
Okay.
And that one's the Emperor. Ooh, looks like Poseidon in that one movie where he's like a giant merman.
Maybe I will switch.
What movie was that, Mr. O? Jason and the Argonauts, 1961 or so.
Ah,
I saw it when I was a
yes.
kid. It's just a
You
fabulous...
saw it when you were a kid,
I've
but
seen it
you've
probably
seen
many
it
times
many
since.
times since because I've had to suffer.
It's a fabulous
I don't
movie.
mean that. I like a lot of the movies Mr. O likes. It's just that I don't like to watch them 20 times, you know. I move on.
20. It was only 18, I think.
I move on after a while. That's all.
All right, here you go.
Alrighty.
And yes, we noticed earlier that this guy, Sonny, is shedding a lot, and there seems to be a lot of
There's
cat
going to be fur
hair.
flying today, and
Fur's
I
flying.
have so been brushing them more. Actually, our all-black cat, Shadow, was getting sick from hairballs, so I've been making sure to brush her coat and really try to get them all, but some of them are better at it than others. And Shadow acts like she likes it, but she's really too excitable, and she doesn't stay still, and it makes it kind of hard to pin her down. Oh,
Go ahead
I'm
and cut
cutting,
'em.
yeah.
Yeah, I just have certain like comfort movies that I could just watch over and over. That's
Comfort movies. Some of them are gory movies that you'll watch, and they're not.
that's not
comfort
actually the
movies.
comfort movie that I could watch over and over.
Yeah.
I'm making more reference to what he said about Aladdin.
Okay.
I mean, there are movies that I've watched over and over, but then there are movies that I have to watch over and over. Okay? Does that make sense? Now here's your mermaids, Merwin. So we have 3 cards for you. We have the Nine of Wands, upright. It's a pretty card. And then we have the Six of Cups, reversed. Uh-oh, I'm getting a psycho thing. And then we have the Lovers reversed. Okay, I have to ask you, Merwin, is this person, do you really know who they are, or is it just a name that you've heard
I think
that they give, a name that they
yeah,
give?
I see.
I mean, do you think that they're a real name, or is it possible you know this person already and they're being coy because maybe there's history? Is that possible? What was sent?
Yeah, we saw your question, Merwin. We saw it.
Yeah, I'm answering it.
We know. He was asking you a question about your question. So, anyway, the Nine of Wands. Let me show.
Go ahead.
So, in regards to why this person isn't talking to you. Yeah, I do see that. Yeah, that is a good question, Merwin. Is there any past association you've had with this person? That's something we want to know because it's coming up here with the Six of Cups reversed.
Even this looks like the stances there
That's
somehow.
preparedness. I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Not sure about that.
I'm combining them, I guess.
Well, we've got the Lovers reversed here, and we've got the Six of Cups reversed here. And I'm kind of feeling as though there is something about their attitude. They're just not feeling it. I just guess they're just not feeling wanting to talk to you right now. And it may have to do with they just have too much that they're involved with.
Maybe they don't know you, but maybe they know about you, and maybe somebody has gossiped about you, or maybe they have a preconceived idea about you, and so they just really would want to play it loose with you, or play it hard with you, hard to get, or something like that. I'm getting the feeling like there's something from a past connection, and or it's murky that they don't resonate with you for some reason.
Yeah, Merwin, we're reading your question right now, so...
That's been there for a while.
Oh, it has been there for a
Yeah.
while?
Mhm.
Okay. So at any
Thanks,
rate...
Divine.
I see why he's thinking there's a past connection here. Or maybe it's because of some things that this person has seen you say in the past. I mean, I don't know. Are they following you at all on, in social media that they can see what you're writing? So, I mean, maybe it's possible that something that they have seen from the past is making them wary about responding to you. And, it's their choice, and it may not be a really good choice. The Lovers is reversed here. It may not be very fair or right of them to feel this way, is what I'm getting from that card as well.
Well, let's throw the letter on and
Yeah.
see what else it might tell us.
You never know. This could change. I'm not seeing that right now, though. The Knight of Wands is kind of a card of, to me, I don't think it's really a card of movement. Do you? No.
No, I guess not, but I sort of feel like there's a feeling of defending oneself, or sort of standing in a position of some sort.
Well, this is interesting.
Fish.
I have the Fish,
Only with the Tarot of the Mermaids.
and I have the Rider. And this is actually the pagan one now. So, oh, the pagan Lenormand. So, but with the mermaids, that is funny. So here's the thing. I think this person, like you may have suggested, is communicating with a lot of people right now. There's a lot of people that they're dealing with, and, they're communicating with them. And maybe they just don't either have the time or the inclination at this time to include you in. I hate to say it, but it sounds pretty matter of fact to me. But what do you think?
Well, I agree with it from that. It's hard for me to totally reconcile it with the other cards, other than the fact that maybe these two here, the Lovers reversed and the Six of Cups, are more representative of just your own subconscious or your feelings about it. And maybe they feel this about you, like they just sort of perceive you as broken up over something or emotionally not available to them at this moment, so they're not interested in getting involved.
Well, I'm not going to go there, but I see what you said, and so I'm thinking that this card here, maybe the Six of Cups reversed. Again, it might be referring to something they have seen in the past or something from the past that may be blocking them from contacting you.
Maybe it's really about the fact that they're not really very good at relationships, and this is past issues, and they always feel like, well, I don't really want to do this, but I'm prepared if it happens, i.e. they have a defensive stance going into a prospective relationship, so maybe they don't really want to get involved in relationships unless they kind of get moved towards them, or they get horny or something.
And again, there it is. There are just too, I think there's just too many that they're dealing with right now, and that may be it.
All right.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what we have for you, Merwin.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I wish I had better news.
Hi, Dr. Victor.
Hey, Gina, I'll put you on the list, Dr. V. So,
Yes.
Gina, you are up. We know you want a general reading, so I'll get a deck for that.
No, she wants my
Oh.
mermaid.
Okay, then. Because that's right. You are
How-
a water sign.
How did I know that?
And then after Gina will be Josephine, KC, Pragya, Abhinav, Divine You, Patton, Tammy Bambi, Pretty Star, and Dr. Victor. Okay, they're not following you. Well, that's interesting. Honestly, maybe then it's something from their past that's blocking them for some reason. That maybe, you're reminding them of somebody from their past. I don't know. That could be a possibility too.
So, if the mermaid deck is good for a Cancer's reading, I wonder what deck would be good for a Leo's reading. Of course, when we're close to the Leo, sun sign, it would have to be some sort of theme deck, like maybe, a Tarot of Dragons. Do we have the Tarot of
January
Dragons?
girl,
anymore?
I did not get you on there. And you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
you're
you
up
on.
above Dr. V.
Yeah, you were here before Dr. V, so I'm gonna put you on after Tammy Bambi, because Pretty Star left us, and I don't even know if they're back yet. So, but I added
there you
them
go.
after you. Okay.
Psychic reading.
Yeah, Casey wants the silhouette deck, the shadow within deck. No problem, JG. I'm sorry I forgot you. Oh, I'll add you on. We'll try to get you in today. I'm pretty sure we will. Seven Ocean Sky. We'll get you on the list. I'll go over the list after this reading again. You do look better in the dark.
This is a clean show. We just watched it this morning, in fact.
All right. Let's see. Seven Ocean Sky, you're on the list.
Oh, these are nice. That one is nice too. Okay, so
So do we
Gina,
have.
we have The star.
Ooh.
Upright. Isn't that pretty? Mermaid sitting in the water there. And then we have the Knave of Wands, which that would be like the Page of Wands, I believe. And then we have the reversed Seven of Cups, Seven of Chalices.
Okay.
So the general reading says you are feeling incredibly pumped, inspired, bright, with a feeling of destiny and goodness about you. It may very well be that this Knave of Wands here says there's maybe thoughts of a new project that would involve you in a physical way, like maybe movement kind of things. I'm thinking like maybe moving for sure. I mean, maybe there's something about being a messenger to people, to communicating things. That's why I'm getting the movement, I guess. Did you want to step in yet?
With which one? Where were you?
Well,
Oh, you were on the
yeah.
page. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think to me that, yes, there's just such optimism, and you're exuding optimism and hope, and really positive energy is coming off of you right now, Gina. But I would say that's pretty much everyday occurrence for you. And the Knave of Wands is indicating that, maybe all of this positive energy is bringing something very growthful your way. It could be the start of a new relationship. It could be the start of some new venture, something really positive.
Well, and I guess more so it is some sort of message coming to you,
Yeah.
a communication.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I sort of felt originally that maybe you're also communicating too, so maybe it is a two-way street, of course.
And then the Seven of Cups reversed kind of indicates to me that, if you've been feeling a little bit scattered, if you've been kind of all over the place, you're going to be focusing more. You're going to be focusing your energy on the things that are important to you.
Right, exactly. It's really a card of maybe sort of realization of what you want, like understanding what your dream is.
Right, and it maybe falls in line with the star here,
Yeah.
There's the star has that dreamy quality about it too, that, you're going after your dreams, and so you're focusing on one dream of yours in particular now, and you're going to go for it.
Well, as a Cancer, it is possibly likely, if you've done your chart, that maybe your Mercury is in the next sign, Leo, which would be the dynamic kind of principle that I'm presenting here with the Knave of Wands, and that maybe this idea is that energy of your Mercury Leo thing, if that's there, or even an aspect similar to that, is what's really helping you see you can focus and realize dreams.
So, gee, I like that deck. I wonder why I gave it to you to begin with. Anyway.
Don't you dare touch it.
I don't remember now, but anyway, whatever. It's good.
We are all Leos now.
No, but I
No,
am
we're not.
fire.
Wow,
All
they've
right.
been really giving away.
Let's do the Lenormand here for Gina.
Cat hairs are starting to really bother me.
Okay.
What you got? The Crossroads?
Yeah. I like the fact that this tree came after this is not the crossroads. This actually is the crossing or the cross. And so this is with the health card, the tree. And I'm kind of thinking, because the tree came after it, I'm really getting the feeling that, if there have been things that have been dragging down your health, either mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, that's going to be coming to an end. It's finally going to be coming to an end. And for example, if you've been grieving over some loss of some sort, you're going to start getting over it and recovering now. Now, if this was the other way, I'm not sure I would have been so optimistic about that. But that's the way I see it.
Well, a part of me was holding out the idea, too, that whether the Knave of Wands represented a communication coming to you, now I sort of feel like that maybe that communication is telling us that some of your health outcomes that you'll become aware of as you're moving towards another year of life, and maybe you're going to go to the doctor, maybe you're going to have other kinds of readings, you're going to really find that you are in good health condition, and you have, minor things to look at. What?
I think she summed it up very nicely there.
Oh,
Yep,
why not?
I think so. And it ties kind of nicely into what we see here. So very good, Gina. I think this is a great reading for you. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I felt that way when I lost my gallbladder about 7 or 8 years ago.
And I don't know if Merwin's still with us, but she wished you a happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you, Merwin.
And Josephine, you are up. It is your turn. And then we have KC, Pragya, Abhinav, Divine You, Patton, Tammy Bambi, January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, and Ocean Sky.
And you're welcome, Gina.
You are welcome.
Embrace the wands of the future. Now, where have I heard that before?
I don't know. Where?
Thank you, January Girl. And earlier today, I also told my son.
Oh, you did. Good.
Well, he wrote to me first, and it was
That's cool.
semi-gushy, but it's nice to hear that from him, because even if he can't say it aloud, it's nice to know that he can at least text it to me. And I mean that really, actually, because I know he's probably listening right now. But, sometimes it's hard for people to say things aloud, and I'm very much like that. I just end up blubbering away, so
Okay,
we
Josephine,
appreciate so much of
paging
what he has
Josephine,
done.
are you with us?
Oh,
We need your question now. I'm going to bring out the fairy one again. It is summer and midsummer, and somehow the fairy Lenormand seems appropriate.
we're going to have to be
Yep.
adapting to some new technology very soon, and our son will be very important to giving us some oversight.
We did spend a little time with him yesterday. We went to visit him with our masks on, and we sat outside his house and chatted for him a little bit. So, that's like the first time since a long time we've spent any time with him. So, and we've talked about how we're going to do this if he wants to come and help us with with our new computer. It's still rough. I mean, it's rough living like this, but you know what? We're going to do everything we can to stay safe. Okay, that was the last call, I think, for Josephine. We put in a lot of time here. So we are going to move on, and that would be KC. And KC wants my deck, the Shadow Within. I'll put Josephine at the bottom. Ah. I wish we had better news, but yeah, that's the way the cards fall sometimes, So who knows? And maybe the attitudes will change over time. That's the other thing about it. Just because that person feels like that now, they don't have time now, does not mean that it won't ever happen. But, I'd say let it go for now, Merwin. And let me get my shadow deck. General reading, absolutely. You want to shuffle first, and I'll... Wait a minute, I cut last time. I'll shuffle. Sorry.
Sure. So later on, we're going to have Father's Day dinner, which means probably the first time in months we're going to have hamburgers, right? Or did we have hamburgers at all in the last?
We have not had hamburgers, but I'm making a typical, like it was a barbecue, but it's not. Although I have some good barbecue rub I might use in my hamburger patties. And
I'll make some macaroni
and cheese with it.
And I got some pickles.
And maybe we'll have some chocolate bark.
Because I've been a good dog.
Yeah.
But I am a dog.
All right, let me give them to you. Moving on. Moving on from that statement.
Yes. Oh, and we had some cookies earlier too. Speak of cookies, Merwin.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
kinda
eating,
weird.
we're talking about food. Well, food plays an important role in our lives one way or another. Sometimes we're very contentious about what we want to eat, where we want to go out to eat in the past, but
I'm not gaining weight. I've actually lost maybe since 3 months ago, maybe 3-ish, 4-ish pounds. It kind of fluctuates a little bit, but I'm currently a little bit below.
I can't say that. However, I have stabilized and, I'm getting back on track, period. We have made a decision to cancel our health club memberships because health clubs have sued our governor about opening up during the crisis here, and we don't think it's time. And I'm very disappointed in that decision, and so I'm going to cancel our membership for now, and maybe someday we'll rejoin, but we're going to find other ways to stay fit. We're thinking of buying bikes. I haven't biked in years.
Could be funny. We could get a lot of YouTube hits off of Grandpa Obi and Grandma Banshee falling on a bike.
Wow, KC, what do we have going here?
Oh my.
We have the very first card is the Ace of Cups, upright, followed by the Devil, upright, and then the Six of Pentacles, reversed.
They just can't make us feel safe enough that people are going to be wearing masks in an area where there's exertion and strenuous breathing. That means there's going to be heavier breathing, people moving that air around
Right,
like
because
that.
people can take their masks off when they're on the machines, which is kind of crazy to me, but, I'm not sure I trust this.
Coochie coo.
All right, then. Let's get to brass tacks and we can talk health club after. So Ace of Cups upright. Well, this is the beginning of something, KC, or a deepening of something, I would say. This is very positive. Romance is in the air. Love is in the air. Joy. Great
It
joy.
might be in the chat room.
Great joy. This is very, very positive. It's followed by this Devil here, though. So, it seems like there's a lot of passion afoot, maybe to an extreme, So try to maintain just a little perspective, I would say, is my admonition here. But I would certainly say enjoy.
Right. It sounds to me like what it's describing is that a new relationship developing may have very physical aspects more so than other aspects. That doesn't mean that it's bad.
No.
It doesn't mean necessarily it's good, but we hope it's good. But, that's where it's going. And then, of course, it moves towards the Six of Pentacles, which could be saying that, of course, anything that really feels good probably costs money, too.
Well, I think that what it means is, if you really want this relationship to deepen and go somewhere, you have to get beyond the passion phase here and, really understand that you're going to have to be giving. It's not just a one-way street. You got to be, got to give as much as you get out of the relationship. I think that's the message of these cards.
Right. If I want to take it off of the little bit of pithy thing about monetary aspects that card can relate to, it is also about just the giving of oneself, the physicality, because once again, the Pentacles, maybe that physicality is coinciding with the physicality of what the Devil tends to mean too. So the thing is it could be a new relationship, but be guarded on what you are expected to give or how you are expected to control yourself versus the opposite of that. What you got?
I was just looking at some of the discussion. Pragya, you will be next after we finish this reading. So don't worry, you are coming.
Okay.
And
Yes.
I did add, Ishika just joined us. Ishika, I added you to the list.
There was a Marla before that.
Who?
Marla?
Maria.
Maria. I'm
Oh,
sorry
hi,
about
Maria.
this.
I did not see that. I will add you to the list. I'm sorry. So Maria came in before Ashika, but I will get you both on.
Bam! We're busy today.
We are going to be very busy. I hope I can fit you all in. But we'll go over the list again in a minute. So, very good reading, Casey. That's what I have to say here.
Kind of
Awesome.
interesting. Mm-hmm.
And let's
Did
do
we
the
do our
Lenormand
Lenormand?
for you and
Okay.
see what else we get. I picked those up, but we can pretty much remember.
Sure.
It was the Ace of
No
Cups.
one forgets a devil like that.
Well, the Ace of Cups followed by the Devil, I think, is kind of noteworthy for me. And then there's the Six of Pence reversed. Yeah, very good so far. Let's see what Casey gets with the Lenormand here. Oh, Casey.
Oh no.
Va va voom. You have the heart. And there you are. Or there is somebody else coming to you. But I think that is you looking at deeper relationship, deeper love, something big happening in that department. Just reinforces everything I think we just said.
Yeah, there's nothing much I can add to that. So, other than, what do you know that you're not telling us?
So, good luck, and I hope,
Yes,
you have good news to tell us sometime soon.
Maria, we'll call you when we're ready to have your question. We have a few people in front of you.
So you might have to put your question in again when we call you, but we'll see. You are way down the list now. We have a pretty good list. So I'm going to go through the list. It does speak for itself, Casey. Really does. Okay, Pragya, you can type your question. You are up. I don't think they have yet. And Abhinav, you will be after Pragya. Divine, you will be after that. And then Patton, Tammy Bambi, January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, and Ashika. And all of you guys keep in mind, a couple of the people that are on this list have been put back on the list. They're gone. So they may not be there when I call their name. So we might be able to move down the list a little faster. We'll see how it goes. And I think I'm going to cut off the list with Ashika. If anybody comes in after Ashika, we are just not going to have time.
Speaks for itself. Someone needs a biscuit?
You have no idea what it's all about? Well, something, Casey.
Something big in love? Ginormous even?
Something. So, okay, did we get...
No, we haven't had our next question yet.
Okay, Pragya.
How's that spelled?
Pragya.
Scorpios have a dirty mind.
Did you type it? Oh, there
I thought
it is.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
And you're always welcome, Casey. Almost all you guys make us laugh, and we hope we make you laugh, so it's pretty cool.
All right, well, Pragya, I don't know where you went. I hope you didn't get upset because you thought we passed you, because we did not. So everybody's got to remember, we go by a list. We take you off the chat. Sometimes we miss people, but for the most part, we've been keeping up.
Libras are pretty interesting in that regard. You're absolutely right. A lot of times Libra's Mercury might end up being in Scorpio, and then that would kind of bring that scorpionic quality to them.
Last call for Pragya.
There they are. They're there.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll get you on now.
Do you see it?
Current intentions and feelings for me. Okay.
We have your question, Pragya.
Let's, do you want to use yours?
Alrighty. I'm going to switch to the Ancestral Path Tarot.
Okay. Abhinav is going to want a love question, I think. So Pragya's first. Okay, so Pragya, we're going to get to you now, and then Abhinav will be next. And I'll go over the list again after this reading.
I know what happened.
Yeah, it's because you pounded, right?
Yes.
See what pounding gets you?
You gotta watch when you say
And
things
you know
like
what?
that.
If as soon as I would move the camera, he would wake up, but his eyes are completely shut. He's in a state of sleep. Okay.
And cut.
Got it. Current intentions and feelings. Oh, I like this deck.
Yes.
So we have for you the Ten of Swords, that's upright. We also have the Four of Swords upright. And that's Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles upright. They're all upright, but
Which in
some
this
of them
deck is
are
called
better
Sacred
than
Circles.
others. Pragya.
The swords seem to indicate that there are some stressful situations or some strife or some, combative situations, aggressive situations. With this one possibly indicating that someone is feeling at their lowest point or very close to it. And so that could be that maybe, if that's the name, Manish, the current intentions are maybe somewhat on the desperate side. There's a beleaguerment,
Well,
a feeling of defeatedness, perhaps.
I tend to feel that if it's not between the two of you, that there must have been some kind of hurt or harm done, emotionally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and they're really hurt by this. Hurt to the point that they're kind of withdrawing, from things, and they've been kind of healing. They've been in the process of processing what happened to them and trying to come to terms with something.
That really coincides
And yes,
with that.
they all fit together this way because the Nine of Pentacles, which is the better card here, is showing that, right now they seem to be in a good place on their own.
And that they feel like they're okay staying there.
Yeah, right now.
Right now at least. Like maybe they're okay with being separated or distant or not really being involved in some aspect.
Yeah, so I it's hard for me to pick up their feelings towards you, Pragya, unless you're the person I'm speaking of here where there's been some fight, argument, or some kind of hurt between the two of you that, they're still recovering from. But this may be something else in their life right now. Maybe they're down on their luck in some way. May not be a relationship. It could be they lost a job or a place to live or something was taken out from under them that really left them in a bad state of mind or making them physically ill, and they need to step back from things for a bit to recover.
Yeah, that's the final takeaway here is that it may not be specifically about you, but that their situation has an intensity that wants them to just be alone now, maybe to think about things. It's hard for us to say that you're involved in that. Maybe that's true, but
I said
I'm
they're not
seeing
talking, so yeah. So I think it's something else. I really am thinking
I sort of feel that way. Yeah.
So let me see what we get with the Lenormand.
So do not necessarily look for it based on this to change very soon, though it doesn't look like there may be some enmity, but I think it's going to lessen because I think being away will help them.
My thing is, I'm not seeing these bad feelings towards you so much as it's something else that they have to heal from. So maybe they're just not giving you much thought right now. This is interesting. I've got the Fox, and then I have the Ship. And I don't know if they're taking a trip or they maybe have to make a move. Maybe this is a change, a moving to a different job, because the Fox sometimes is about the workplace, or, something like that. Or they just are thinking of making a change or a move in their life that will benefit them in some way. Because the fox is also indicating a crafty person who's trying to think their way through situations think outside the box. Think of something new, a new creative way to shake up their life a little bit for the better. So they might be in the process of moving or changing something big in their lives right now. Or they're taking a trip to get away from some of the problems that they've had.
Well, Pragya, I don't actually read these cards, but I get impressions from them, so I just kind of go at it. And I'm thinking that maybe you might find that the person is trying to secretly or deceptively or not being honestly sort of move away from you possibly. And it may be involved with the idea that they're trying to heal themselves, or it may just be that they just want to be away now. And they may be trying to do that with as low information to you or any kind of show of this happening, the secretiveness, the cleverness of the fox.
That's what we have for you, Pragya. I hope that helps. And we are moving on to Abhinav. Abhinav wants a love reading. And after Abhinav will be Divine You, Patton, Tammy Bambi, January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Seven Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, and Ashika. Okay. You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
We're going to use your deck or this one again?
You can use that one again if you
yeah.
want. I'll get a deck out for next time, though. Maybe this one. All right. So, Abhinav, you wanted a love reading, so we'll go ahead. Okay, I see you've added some more information here.
It's really more about that, I guess. So let's ask it that way then.
Okay, well, yeah, let's see what we pick up. If we can pick that up from the 3 cards. Let's not do a yes/no on that.
No,
okay.
I agree.
This is the One World Tarot. Is that what this one is? Mr. O?
What?
Is this the One World Tarot?
No, it's called the the Tarot of the Ancestral Path.
Patton, after Abhinav, the reading we're doing now, there's only
Right, so
one more. There's only one more person in front of you. So after this reading, one more person, and then your turn, Patton. Sorry. You shuffled, I cut.
Yes, I did, and you will cut.
And I will cut. Oh my goodness.
Did you see that?
I did.
What was that spasticness?
He was stretching. You woke up. Now you're going to be trouble.
Oh dear. I'm not sure exactly what I feel here.
So
There's 3 cards. The first one is the Queen of Cups. Okay, this represents a person with a lot of emotional value to you or emotional attraction to you. They generally tend to be a kind person, a loving person. It could be yourself, it could be somebody else. But then we have the 5 of Wands. In this deck, it's called the 5 of Staves. And it's reversed. Whoops. And then finally, we have the Magician, the Major Arcana 1. And that is reversed too.
Well,
So I kind of already talked about that one. With the 5 of Wands reversed, I sort of feel that either way, 5 sort of, they're almost always the same either way. But they generally tend to talk about energies related to that suit. So in this one, maybe there's competitiveness going on in the question about the possible relationship. Like maybe there are other people now who are also involved. It's not exactly a triangle, but it could possibly turn into a triangle, or it may just move into a circle that would not necessarily open up more for you.
well, I feel what he's saying, but not quite like that. I feel that, this person seems very loving and generous and kind. And so I don't feel like they're showing any negativity here, but yet they feel like they might be moving on to something else. I get the feeling that they're tired of maybe, whatever happened kind of drained them a bit. I think that's what I'm getting from the Five of Wands reversed here. I think that they just want to move away from anything they feel might cause them any bitterness or stress in their lives. They're trying to move away to things that are less stressful. And I think maybe they're really not prepared to commit to anything right now. The Magician reversed is giving me that. What do you feel about that?
Well, with the Magician reversed, it could be that. It could also just be the idea, too, that they're not exactly feeling confident about the application of their energies and or their overall confidence, etc., to do that. It's a lot about confidence. It's a lot about what they just believe will happen, and maybe they're just not quite there yet. That's kind of what I see.
I'm not seeing, though, okay, you're asking about if they still love you. Well, the Queen is a very, there may be feelings. Getting this in the upright indicates to me that there may be some feelings. Yet, I feel that their life or the way that they are moving with their life is to alleviate things that bring stress or tension to their lives. And it seems like they've got a lot of work to do on the self. Or they feel that maybe you do. Which is maybe why they blocked you. But also they blocked you because I think that they're, like I said here with this Five of Wands, they are thinking of, hey, this is too much for me. I think I need a timeout.
I'm getting the sense that because of the other cards, it's probably going to be the kind of thing that maybe you may not be able to know more about this for several more months yet, that you may just have to let some of this kind of move the way it's going to move, that you can't really force things here. This is also saying, too, that maybe your own sense of movement or trying to will something or force something to happen isn't going to help you. And I guess you probably know that. I get the feeling you know that. You should know that. So you're just going to have to kind of hold back a little bit and see what the future is going to bring here. But Banshee's going to throw a couple more cards from the Lenormand, and we'll see if that gives us any other ideas here.
So this is Abhinav, right? So,
yes. And I'm not sure what you're talking about, Patton. I say a lot of things, and I don't remember what they are.
You can't keep track now. Well, I'm not going to rule out some contact here, Abhinav. There may in time be something, because look what I pulled here. The letter and the woman. So it sounds to me at some point
there will be a contact.
There will be a contact. Right now, things do not look too positive. So I would just say give it time and don't give up hope. But, don't wait forever, live your life, but know that maybe if you give this time, somebody may come, this person may come around again.
Yes, and like I said, I sort of get this idea that it's going to be several months, so it might be towards fall, into the fall.
Yeah. So hang in there, Abhinav. I wish I had better news for you, but at least there's some hope.
All right.
And that's what we have for Abhinav. Divine You, you are up. And after Divine You is Patton, Tammy Bambi, January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, and Ashika. And we are into our last hour now. You're welcome. Good luck. I wish you the best. Any new person coming into your life? How soon? Well,
You're going to use that deck there?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to take a cough drop.
The Revelations Tarot. Yeah, I'm blocked up today too. Hey, I heard this ginormous dust storm has been traveling the oceans and is hitting our country from the Sahara Desert. And it's going to affect people like me with breathing problems,
And I
etc.
actually heard that it's an allusion to some ancient pharaoh curse, like the tomb
Really?
opened up and this dust is flowing out of it and it's carrying a curse over our
Well, what
way.
else can happen in 2020 for crying out loud? This has been a crazy year.
You're welcome, Abhinav.
Shuffle away. You're welcome, Abhinav.
Whoa.
Please don't forget to like our page and
Subscribe if you want to be
subscribe.
notified.
We love you. We want to read for you. We will keep reading even as we develop a tarot business, which we are in the process of doing.
Yes, there'll be more news about that very soon. Just in time for our 1-year anniversary.
August is coming. Gee, I wonder if I'll reach 1,000 followers on Twitter by then. I'm like at 730 now, I think.
Crazy.
Seems like I hit a little plateau there. All right, let's see what we get. Wow. Well, okay. So you want to know if anything is coming to you. Well, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed here. And then we have, it's followed by the Eight of Pentacles reversed as well. And then we have the Six of Swords upright. So what do I make of all this? I think nothing's coming anytime soon. But I will say this. It seems to me you're very discontented with things right now, Divine You. You know, you certainly wish, that something would be coming towards you, I think, because, I don't know, this isn't a card that actually reflects loneliness or things like that, but it reflects that you're dissatisfied, with your life right now as it stands, and, you wish that, your living conditions were a little bit different, that maybe there was someone in it.
It possibly indicates that you are thinking this way and that you're hoping to kind of move away from a solitary life, but there's not a true indication that with that card that it's going to happen yet. However,
and then when we look at the Eight of Pentacles and it is reversed, I think to myself, don't expect this just to come to you now. It's not going to happen that way. You have to do some work to make it happen. So, you have to put your intentions out there and follow it up by action. So I think, the mountain's not going to move without effort.
There's an idea here to me that there is something that you do, something that you've been learning, something that you know how to do that would attract somebody's attention. So you have to maybe just consider what that is and maybe focus in that area.
Oh, that's interesting, KC. Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Happy New Year.
Happy near anniversary for you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then we've got this. Now this, I could look at two different ways here, but I think the way that I really see it for you, Divine You, is that, you are moving away to some other shore. You are moving to the point of maybe better times, I think you're recognizing the fact that, you're going to have to do more to make this come to you. And if it's a matter of how should I say this? If this is a matter of putting yourself in different, putting yourself out there in different ways than you normally do, whether it's through social media, whether it's through social activities, doing different things to attract the kind of love and person you want in your life, that's what I think is necessary here.
Well, I also think, too, that there's an idea here, to me, that some of this is you really letting go of some of the problems of the past in terms of those other relationships and how it affected you emotionally. And so you're sort of moving forward. It's a little bit unsteady because that's what some of these other cards are indicating, is sort of like there's a work in progress. But you are deciding to make that move. You are deciding to go into that direction.
So let's see what the Lenormand can add on this. So there's some work here. Hey, Violet Ann, how are you?
Hi, Violet Ann.
All right, last shuffle. Let's see what I got.
Ooh.
Okay, this is interesting because I think this lines up with the last card, Divine You. So we have the stork here. And we have the sun. And the sun is really awesome because with the stork, because what this tells me is if we look at the ship, that you're moving on from something, you're moving to something better. We have the stork, which is a signal of change, or something new coming your way, and it's going to be very positive and successful.
And it kind of coincides with the other cards too,
Yeah,
to some degree.
to some degree.
That there's an idea that you're moving towards a new project, or you're moving away from the old status quo, which means you're moving towards a new status quo. But I also think too that the sun always talks about an illumination, about a finding out or a realization. And so sometimes this could just be saying that the newness aspect is that really most of this journeying is going to be more within your mind and spirit than the physicality. You're not going to be moving away to find love, but you're going to be moving within your heart and your mind and how you perceive things to open up other doors for yourself and to make chances happen, kind of based on the idea that you're radiating outward, and so therefore something will radiate back inward. It's just a matter of clicking there. Ah.
Just a matter of that. And that's what we have for you, Divine You. I hope that helps. And hey, Patton, your time has come. You are
Can you
up.
quickly go through the list, though? We
I
have a few
sure
people
am.
asking.
So we have Patton, we have Tammy Bambi, we have January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Seven Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, Ishika, and Violet Ann joined us. We'll see if we can get you, Violet Ann. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
I
Maria,
think
you are
so.
a little bit down that list there.
Yeah, Maria, let's see where we got you. I don't think Pretty Star has rejoined us, though, but she will be after, we got Patton, Tammy Bambi, January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Ocean Sky, Josephine, and then Maria. So Josephine may not be here either because she left us before. So we're just, like I said, some people, if they come and go, you might end up getting here quicker.
And a lot of times they just like to check in with us and say hi. We know Patton and other people have done that too, January.
Well, we'll see,
Girl.
Violet
Just-
Ann. It's possible. Okay, so Patton, what did you have for
Bye,
us?
Gina.
Question is, will Apple announce new iMacs tomorrow? Oh, that's right. I saw something about that today. To buy this month. Well, I guess let's do a yes/no on that one and just see if it's going to happen tomorrow.
Your deck?
Yeah,
All righty.
I'm curious. Now that I'm already buying my MacBook Pro, I cannot wait.
Say bye to Gina.
Take care, Gina. See you soon.
Happy birthday.
Upcoming. All right. Actually, my big package was supposed to come on Friday, but it was delayed. For some reason, they said it was coming and it was out for delivery, and then suddenly it ended up at another distribution center. Go figure, Mercury retrograde.
There you have it. If you mean Banshee waiting for the computer, yes, Kellyo. Supposed to show up tomorrow.
We'll see. Well, Patton, I don't know. It's leaning towards no. I've got the Ace of Swords. That's the one ace that we got. Then we've got the Ten of Cups. Seems to me there's some disappointment with what's
that
coming
reversed?
out or not. Yes, the Ten of Cups is reversed. And then we have the Seven of Swords upright. This is very interesting.
It got hacked.
No, but I think there's something up here. I think they're playing coy tomorrow with some of their plans. They're not going to reveal everything tomorrow. I think they're holding some things back. What do you think?
I guess that could be part of it because I guess that's what you're seeing with a sense of a deception or a subterfuge going on.
Yeah, like
So I'm just gonna kind of go along with that too. I mean, I'm thinking it's mostly like maybe a little bit of a joke of sorts. I think it's gonna come off like a little bit of a comedy. They're gonna try to play it a little bit for laughs.
yeah. So let me do the Lenormand on this just for fun. That was a fun question, Patton. I honestly wonder, and do let you know. I'll try to watch the news too on that and see what comes out on that. Not seeing it. Or it's possible, maybe what they're going to reveal is not going to be all that exciting.
Hold on, Patton.
Hang on, Patton. Let me throw this. Okay, we got the stork again. This is interesting. So I got the letter, which is interesting, Patton. There's going to be news. And then I got the stork in this deck. So the stork is always about, birth of something new. Maybe they're going to be revealing something new. They're really more focused on something else, and it's a new product. I don't know
enough about what's going
That's
on to
what
really
I'm
get a sense
looking
on
at
that,
here
but-
with this. So I'll be very interested to see what comes out tomorrow.
Well, yeah, it may just be that
Okay,
it's
I
not
will.
quite there, but it will be.
I'm working tomorrow, Patton. Okay, that's PST.
So
I'll
that's
have to-
about 1 o'clock our time.
Yeah, so I'll be working.
Check it in.
I will try to check that out, though, definitely.
Right now, it doesn't look like it, but who knows? A
Yeah,
snapshot
let
in
us
time.
know, because I thought this was a really interesting reading.
Cute.
We'll see what happens. Maybe the tarot had a bad day, and maybe we're onto something here. So that's what we have for you, Patton. And we are moving on to Tammy Bambi. Tammy, are you still with us? Have you hung in there? It is your turn if you're here. After Tammy, we have January Girl, Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, Ishika, and Violet Ann.
Okay.
Okay. What worry about the
a
Cancer Moon?
Do
Okay.
you mean what you should worry about that person, or what is bothering you as a Cancer Moon? Can you give us a little more of an
Is
idea?
the moon in Cancer right now and I don't know it?
I don't know if it is or not. I'm drawing a blank on that.
All right. I am not sure. You want one of mine? I'll get this silhouette. deck.
Sure.
What do you think? Oh, wait. No, I didn't use the fairy tale deck yet. We'll use that. 21 hours and counting, eh, Patton? I am a Mac geek. I mean, I'm not geeky enough to constantly follow this, but I love my Macs. I
Well,
just do.
Truly, I can't wait till we get ours. Yeah.
My son gets really upset at me because he just, you could get a computer for far less, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. I love my Macs.
He builds his own computers, but he hasn't offered to build us one.
Yeah. But oh man, he has a really nice setup, I have to say.
We would pay for it. You know that monster.
I don't know if he's watching today. He's been doing some game streaming lately. He's a streamer. I don't know what his handle is.
I have to be careful because I occasionally make jokes about him, and he's probably there in the chat room.
He streams his video gaming. He's Monster Hunter Malek, M-A-L-E-K, is it?
Yes.
M-A-L-E-K, and Monster Hunter, one word. If you're familiar with the Monster Hunter game that he has been over the years so obsessed
Him and
about.
his wife both make computers. They know how to do this.
Yeah, even his wife makes computers as well. They put them together.
Their daughter was even helping them a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean, it just boggles my mind. I do not have the mind for that.
No, he doesn't. He won't touch iMac.
I'm sorry, I can't buy you one, no. No. You know how I'm getting mine is because we got that wonderful government stimulus check. So that's why I'm
Okay, so
getting one tomorrow. Or I'm
Tammy
getting one.
Bambo is our Cancer Moon. So what
Okay.
are those worries?
Let's see.
And we have our cards.
Wow. And as typical, they're all over the place, Tammy.
We have the reverse Ten of Cups.
Yeah. And then?
We have the upright Eight of Coins. And then finally we have an upright Two of Wands. That looks like the story about the Billy Goat's Gruff. It's an old fairy tale here from the European spectrum.
So if I had to hazard a guess, I'm thinking, well, intuiting here, not a guess, I would say that, with the Ten of Cups being the first card in reversed, I think that what you're worried about is something, that has an emotional basis attached to it. It could have to do with relationships with family, friends, somebody close to you, a partner perhaps. There seems to be maybe some worries and some disappointments connected with that.
Are you in class? Are you studying? Are you taking any kind of training? Because I think the worries are how you're doing with that.
Thought about that
and
too.
Possibly the idea that you're questioning whether this really sets you up for the future. Have you invested your learning, the kind of things you're training for? Will it be able to help you? Will you find fulfillment in that? Or will there be other delays, or will you have to change streams?
Right. I could have went exactly the way he's going with that, because with the Ten of Cups reversed, there's some disappointment and unhappiness related to, something you've been working hard at. And, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a work thing, whether it's school, something you really have put yourself into. And,
Right, the coins, this particular card point a little bit towards maybe somebody who's learning something or who's training or something like that. But it may not be you, as you're indicating. It could be about learning something else or being trained to do something else. It may not be work related, but like maybe it's the parameters of relationships with people. It's a social club, something like that. But maybe even if it's not that, what it is saying is that you are thinking about success in general, or where you're going, what your direction is leading to. It may be that you're just trying to say, will it balance your emotional happiness with the material aspects of life? I mean, that's my guess here, is that some of where you've been going, what you've been trying to do, could go one way or the other, or means that you have to pay more attention to one, or you have to learn how to balance those.
Yeah, I know. The twos are kind of like balance to achieve that success. And what I'm seeing here, it's funny because the Ten of Cups, to me, when I'm looking at this now, doesn't seem to be the main player here, but it's more reflecting, some disappointment or some negative moods or worries related to something, that's really meant a lot to you, that you have put a lot of yourself into. And there's a worry about whether, things will come through for you. Let me throw the Lenormand and see if any clarity comes, because it might tell us where in your life this is coming from, whether it is career, work, or relationships. So I think you said you were not in school, right? This is interesting because what we got here is the cross card. And we have the book. And the book is following that. And I'm really thinking here, that you are going to find something out that maybe that's what the worries are about here. Are you worried that you are going to find out something that's going to be, something that's going to affect you emotionally, bring you sorrow? Because, the cross is about grief and mourning and sorrow. And the book is about knowledge or finding out something. And I have the feeling that you are going to, that the worries, maybe, because you asked what worries there may be, and it may be about finding out something that is really going to make you feel unhappy.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Do you have a sense of this? Maybe you've been having some psychic impressions lately that there is something up, because that's what I'm getting here.
I can't exactly rule out health, but I think it's more likely still related somehow to material conditions of some sort. It may not be that it's about a job or a livelihood based on
It
what
says
you've
family
learned.
here, so maybe family.
Yeah, it
And
could
you
be
know, the
that.
Ten of
This
Cups,
this
that's
does
where I
speak to
lean
family.
to in the beginning because, excuse me, that's a very family oriented card right there. And so that's why I was kind of leaning that way. Sometimes, you know, when you get these cards that are more business oriented, you know, you can pull yourself out of that. But I kind of look at the tarot when I read 3 cards like this as a story. And so when you put that 10 of cups down there and I saw family, as I was thinking is something that you've been working on with family, you know, that may not achieve success, whether it's mending relationships, whether it's trying to get help from family or their support for something or understanding on something.
I think some of it's the support thing. I'm wondering if maybe they want you to do something that you're not able to do, or you're not really wanting to do. That maybe they're feeling disappointed. Like maybe they want you to do more along learning or advancing yourself, and you have a different idea for yourself. But there's sort of that sense that they're not happy about that.
And you know what, Tammy? Another way to look at these 2 cards together, the way they came up, is that maybe, I'm going to take it very literally here, that you need to close the book on something that is giving you grief. So, you know what? If that just means you need to, like, have it out with someone in a way, tell them how you feel about something, or if you realize that they have not been upfront with you about their feelings about you, you need to get them to open up, you know, and so you can close that book so that you can come to some closure on something. I think that that is another way, if that makes sense to you, that I would look at all of this.
That makes me echo towards the Two of Wands, which seems to indicate that although things are in motion and seem to be on course, there's still that two ambiguity there, that things could still maybe tip one way over the other. So it is important to find out.
Yep. That's what we have for you right now, Tammy. I don't know if that was clear enough for you, but that's the
Hope
way the
so.
cards fell today. So I wish you the best, and thanks for joining us again. Good seeing you here again. In January, girl, you are up, and then Pretty Star, Dr. Victor, Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, Ishika, and Violet Ann.
Ooh, it's going to be tight for this last half hour.
We'll get there.
Okay. January girl.
Aha. Wow, good question, JG.
Sounds like a traditional yes or no with maybe the follow-up.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do the first part of that. And I'm going to use my Nefertari Golden Tarot.
Oh my goodness. Closing the book on something, Tammy.
Ooh.
Wow.
And that Ten of Cups then sort of represents the dysfunctional family, or the family that's not quite
And
closed.
no wonder, you know, you feel like you're kind of, in this state of, depression.
January girl, we like doing questions like this. Here you go.
You are pounding the table again.
You're welcome, Tammy.
Well, hang in there. Gosh, that's awful.
Not quite yet, Dr. V.
I'll go over the list again soon. While he's counting, I'll go over the list. Okay, so we're reading for January Girl right now. After January Girl is Pretty Star, who I don't think is here, and then Dr. Victor, and then 7 Ocean Sky, then Josephine, and then Maria, and Josephine may not be here either. So then Maria and Ishika and Violet Ann. So I think we'll be okay. Is that the Fool? Yeah. We're getting there. Is that an ace?
Yeah, we're in Michigan.
Oh, they were
Okay.
asking about Tammy.
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's the reading. We got to get going. Got the Ace of Pentacles, I believe that is, or Cups. Ace of Cups reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, but it's just telling us that it sounds like they are going
It's
to
leaning
rebound.
towards yes.
And the Fool just makes it sound like it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a different kind of adventure for New York City. Hopefully a good one. There are risks. There are definitely risks. And, but they're going to take that leap into the unknown and do a reset of sorts.
I wouldn't say that it's foolish, but it's sort of like there's a measure of chance here, in that people are going to be relying on their instinct, and of course that can be 50-50 if nothing else.
Well, and I almost think that people are going to take their, to ask if people are going to run away. I kind of think this means that people are willing to take their chances on New York. I think they're willing to do that. So I don't necessarily see them running away. Is that what you took the Fool as?
No, I'm just working with the first part of the question. Now I'm going to throw a few cards for the second part. Okay?
All right.
That idea about running away like they did in the 70s.
Well, I think they kind of fit together, but it's okay.
They did, but I want to give
I
it a
think
little
New
more.
York is going to rebound, but in a different fashion. That's what I get then out of the first reading. And
That the people doing this opening up will feel that it's risky, or that they will feel risks mostly to their business. I don't feel that these are risks that they feel about the virus itself. I feel like it's just the idea about whether or not their business is at risk because they're doing this. But of course they are clearly hand in hand. So now we're just going to throw a few cards on that other part of that.
Well, yeah, I think I do mean risks with reopening, and how they do it too, January girl. I mean, they're going to do this differently. The world is not staying the same, at least for the foreseeable future. So I feel that there are risks associated with how they do this, and just will they be successful doing it the new way?
So we have the Six of Pentacles upright. We have the Two of Cups reversed. And we have the Three of Coins reversed. So we have two Pentacles. And I'm thinking that there is a possibility that people are going to be feeling like they can't stay attached, that they feel a disharmony there. And that in general...
That's the Three of Pentacles?
Yeah, there's
Okay, yeah.
there's a feeling of risk or challenge.
It may prove too challenging for some people. Maybe it has to do with, New York has a real heavy cost of living and stuff. And, some people this may have just done them in. So they have to move on. But
At the same time, conversely, I sort of get the feeling like some people feel they have to do this because it needs to be done. That
what do you mean they have to do this? Do what?
This giving, this having this service there, because some of these are services that people
Correct.
have been missing for a long time. This may not be essential per se, but maybe these are things that people have really longed for. I'm not talking about movie theaters, although I might be talking about things almost approaching that. Things in the economy that people have missed for a long time. Some of these people may be feeling like they need to do that, but they may ultimately feel like
I don't
it's
think
risky.
it's going to be like the 70s to answer the question. However, I do feel some people have been adversely affected by what's happened, and they may not be back, and they may leave because they may have to. But there's definitely people who are into making New York what it was again, but, in a different way. In other words, they want to see New York succeed. They haven't given up on New York, and they're willing to give of themselves, their time, their energy, their resources to make it happen. So, quick Lenormand.
Yes.
Because now we are getting there with the time. So I think we'll be okay. I keep saying that. I think we'll be okay. Let's see. Oh. Again?
Huh.
I'm going to switch decks.
Yes, maybe
But
you
I think
will.
I've gotten them in both decks. So look at this. I've got the grief card again. I got the cross. And then I got the bouquet. So, you know, how do I read this in relation to your question? I'm kind of thinking the bouquet is about gifts, acclaim, accomplishment. I think that, you know, what it is people are going to have to acknowledge and are going to acknowledge in a good way the passing of the old ways. You know, they're going to acknowledge the passing of the grief and move on, you know, in a more positive new direction. But, and like I said, I think if this was the other way, I might be saying this differently.
I don't know why, but I felt like this. I agree with her. I can't add a lot to that. But I sort of felt it reminds me of the Six of Pentacles
It
in a
does.
way too, in the idea that this may represent more that idea of the
Oh,
economy.
wait a minute. Ah, you're right, Casey. You're right. That's the lilies. Thank you. That changes my whole reading. Oh my
Go.
gosh, I'm so sorry. So it's not the bouquet. It looks like a bouquet, but it is the lilies card. So what I think is there is going to be a grieving, you know, that things cannot return to the way they were. I do think this is different now, you know. We have to let go of the way things were. We have to move forward. And I think there's going to be a grieving of the innocence lost, you know, from what New York has had to endure because they had it bad.
The Six of Pentacles represents the overall economy in general. I mean, we asked about whether people are going to retreat, and I think that the two stands as that idea that there's challenges and serious disruptions in that to the point where people are going to really change, invert literally some of the principles of the economy, that we're going to see
Yeah.
ourselves have to really make some big changes on the economy and maybe even at some systemic, maybe even global level. But all of this could take years to work out, quite
Yeah, that
frankly.
is true. That is true, January girl. Hey, Pretty Star, I'm just asking, are you here? We'll give Pretty Star a minute, and thank you, Casey. I should have looked at the number on the card because that would have told me everything. The bouquet is number 9, so I remember that. But, doggone it, I got confused. That's what I get for using 2 different Lenormand decks. Maybe it's time to switch to the fairy one again and confuse myself more. All right.
Okay,
Pretty
I
Star
think is not
Is
here.
not here, I am pretty sure. We're going to move on to Dr. Victor.
Dr. Victor,
Hey,
if you're
Dr.
still
V,
here.
are you here? It's Dr. V and then Ocean Sky, Josephine, Maria, Ishika, and Violet Ann. We're getting there. It did. Threw me off completely, but I should have seen they were all the same flower, which, of course, in the bouquet, in most bouquets that you see, they're not the same flower.
So let's go back to the Mermaid Tarot for
Okay.
Dr. V.
Okay.
Very good.
Well, you know, he's decided to move in a bad spot for me. Why? I don't know. At least he's been pretty well behaved today. He's mostly laying around.
There's all these cords under the table, and I don't want my feet to snag and for me to drag a
Oh, boy.
camera or microphone stand over.
Yes, please don't. Please don't, Mr. O. Ooh.
How does EO feel about you and what's coming in
I
general?
think you've asked about EO before, and
Yeah,
now these are
possibly.
some very weird cards, Dr. V. We
have the
have,
Seven of Swords. It's upright.
it's upright.
You have the Tower upright. And then you have the Two of Cups reversed. And so I'm thinking there's different sense of harmony here, definitely. Maybe this person feels that they're trying to learn a lesson here about where they really belong in the equation. Like they sort of feel like they're flying between opposing sides somehow. That's represented a little bit with the Two of Cups, but also with the Seven of Swords, because I sort of feel like there's a sense of a subterfuge that's for the side of good. Like somebody is doing something maybe without notice, but they're really trying to do something for the better. They're sort of going under the radar kind of thing, and that may result in changing perceptions, lessons about where we have our heart perceptions at. I'm way out there, eh?
Obtuse. I don't know here. You know, the Tower upright is like a real, I don't know if it's a breakthrough necessarily, but it can be. It can be a breakthrough is achieved, or some awakening, some great awakening happens. And I hate to say it, Dr. V, sometimes it can be shocking. In other words, unexpected and not always welcome. So it seems to me that, you know, something is going on under the surface here, because the Seven of Swords, and I'm not sure it's necessarily positive. It might be somebody is trying to manipulate things to your benefit, but also they could be trying to undermine things, you know. The Two of Cups reversed also seems to indicate, you know, a relationship that's being severed in some way. And so you can take that obviously in a romantic sense, but you could also take it in a business or partnership sense. So I'm not sure I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I think something rather surprising is going to come of this right now. What do you think after I've said all
I
that?
think that, and I think what it may be is that maybe, I don't want to sound overly dramatic, but that maybe somebody's motivations were not exactly clear and were maybe different than what they were thought to be. They weren't exactly being deceptive, but they weren't being necessarily
upfront either.
Forthcoming, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do that Lenormand.
See if it sheds any light on this. Well, you are going to find out something. I got the book card and the ring card. So basically, you are going to find out if this is connected to some type of partnership or business deal. You are going to find out something connected with this soon. Something that you need to know, Dr. V. It's not saying it's negative or positive, I think, in this case. The ring is generally a positive card, but I think it's kind of neutral in the case where it's come up with the book here. Because also these cards, if I take it with what I see here, you know, this awakening or whatever, this surprise that might be unexpected and not necessarily welcome is going to be, might be related to this. Is most likely related.
Right, that's what I see pretty much too. You are finding out something that will talk to what the nature of your status in the relationship is, whether it's a business relationship or possibly something more emotional.
I wouldn't be surprised if you find out something and this gets moving before the end of this month.
Yes, I can see that happening too. There's definitely happening within a few weeks or so, I think.
Yeah.
We hope.
That's what we have for you, Dr. V. I hope that helps. It's not the best of news. But maybe it will. Maybe it will work itself out. You will definitely find out something you need to know, one way or another. And Seven Ocean Sky, you are up. Are you still with us? And then Josephine, Maria, Ashika, and Violet Ann. And we will call it a day after that. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Good to
Thank you.
see you again, Dr. V.
7 ocean skies, spiritual gifts. You want to know
Oh,
what
okay.
yours are or what ones may be coming to you?
Yeah, we'll take a look at this for you. That's a great question.
You're welcome to. I know you meant me.
What?
Well, he addressed you by ma'am and me by
Oh.
Mr. O. Thank you. You're welcome.
That's because we're a team.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead and shuffle. Woot woot, Violet in.
And for all of you who have been hanging on waiting for so long, thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
I'm hanging on too, Banshee.
Are you?
I'm hanging on for that happy Father's Day
Dinner. And I also happen to have some wine, Mr. O.
Oh, wine not.
Chilling in the fridge.
Indeed. Spiritual gifts.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. All right. This is very interesting. Go ahead, show it.
So we have the Knave of Wands, which is like the Page of Wands. It
Put it down,
talks
put it
about
down, put it
intuitive
down.
things.
Put it down.
We have the Ten of Cups, and that's reversed. And then we have the Hanged Man, and that's in an upright. Go ahead, Banshee. I can tell you can barely wait.
No, well, not exactly, but I do sense something here. Yeah, this can be about intuition, but this can also be about, your spiritual gift is to be able to maybe take a dream and manifest it into reality. I feel like you are very good at initiating and starting things, and maybe your spiritual gift is the enthusiasm you bring to things and that you bring to life.
It's about that, and it's about energy, and it's about how you bring things to you, because it's a messaging
It's a
context.
creative
really.
card, too.
It's a creative context, and it's a messaging context. So maybe you have the ability to attract things to you, and some of that is about the emotional realms. Like maybe what you can pull to you is a way of discerning where emotional values lie that are contrary or positive, how people can build connections if they're having healing that needs to be done.
I feel that's true, and I feel like these cards kind of fit together here in a way.
Those two?
Yeah, in a way, because I feel that, you have the ability to help people possibly, heal from emotional turmoil, maybe to be a peacemaker amongst people who are fighting or going through some emotional turmoil. I feel too that, you're a very giving person. You're willing to sacrifice and give a lot of yourself to others. And that's why I see these going hand in hand. I could almost see your spiritual gift being part and parcel with being a part of a helping profession in some way.
But see, the connection for me too is also about the idea that this is what communicates, because it's the wands and it's the element. And I'm thinking that what you communicate is also you help people understand what they themselves need to sacrifice, to give up, to consider as part of the bargain, as how they heal themselves. You help people heal by helping them understand what they need to give back too.
And also, that Hanged Man upright, your spiritual gift is just basically that you know that in order to be a truly spiritual person, you have to give a lot back. You're not only receiving the messages from Spirit, you give honor to Spirit and you give acknowledgement to Spirit, and that's as important too.
If you're not familiar with her, maybe look up the legend of Kuan Yin, somebody who basically wanted everybody else to advance before her.
Love that.
The idea of compassion and letting everybody else come forward before, just to make sure we all made it.
Yeah, I definitely see that with those two cards in particular. But I also feel, you're very creative and Spirit recognizes, your creative approach to things in life. Let's see.
There's that book.
I know. And we have the child. So, you have the book and you have the child. You should be a children's author. No. I think what this basically means is that, you approach spiritual knowledge with a childlike innocence. And that's really good. Approach this with the magical outlook of a child. And I think that's a spiritual gift you have as well.
You have a way of bringing new insights and showing people new things. You make people see things that they hadn't considered before. They're just right there for you. And then when you show them, they realize that too.
That's what we found for you. I hope that helps, Seven Ocean Sky. That was a very good question. Thanks for hanging on with us.
So please
Appreciate
like
it.
and subscribe if you wish.
Don't forget to put on your notifications so you can get in earlier and get on the list earlier.
Okay.
So that's what we had for Seven Ocean Sky. Josephine, did you make it back? I'm having a feeling you are not here, but if you are, this is your time. And then Maria, Ishika, and Violet Ann.
Didn't we actually read for Josephine already?
No.
We did not. Okay. Got it.
Did we?
I keep thinking like maybe we did.
I kept putting her down on the list, so I don't think so.
Okay, well maybe you're right. If they're still here, then we'll find out. So we are waiting again for Josephine, but we're only going to wait another
Just
moment.
going to give a minute.
Because it's close to
And
our
hey,
time.
Maria, if you want to retype your question now, just go ahead and do it because you are next, and
Yes,
we
Maria,
will.
if you're here, go ahead and retype. We don't think Josephine is here,
Yeah.
so we are going to move on to you, Maria, if you are here.
Yeah, I agree, and she never showed, so we
Okay,
went right
thanks,
to
Kelly.
you. Yeah.
Maria, if you're there, go ahead and type in your question.
I hope you didn't abandon us. I see we're down people, so in the chat.
We'll give you another moment. I'm going to type in their name.
Yeah. And then after Maria's Ashika and Violet Ann. As we are now going in a few minutes. Oh, hi, Angel Mary.
And we're a little late. We're sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to take it tonight,
Yeah.
Angel. Sorry, we're on our last few people. We're going to run into a little overtime doing that, but it's good to see you again.
Yeah, don't forget, everybody, we do have our schedule here on screen. We'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're here on Sundays from 2 to 4. Also, we have a daily reading on Facebook, so go ahead and check us out on Facebook, or also on Twitter. We do a card of the day for you, and that's on our
Oh,
Facebook
Maria's
and
here.
Twitter.
All right.
Go ahead and give us your question, Maria. Go ahead and type that in. And yes, thanks, Angel Mary. We'll just get you some other time.
We will. The early bird gets the worm. Sorry, but we had a full slate today, and a couple people have kind of bowed out on
Oh, I
us.
remember you put that in before earlier. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so let's use our mermaids again, okay?
Okay.
Because it's about relationships. When are you and your long distance relationship going to meet again?
Okay. Let's see what's
Let's see
up.
what we can tell you. No, we're doing it right now, Maria.
We got you.
We will do it right now.
Oh. So we're expecting rain today, but I'm wondering if we're really going to get it, Mr. O.
Don't know.
Nope, I don't know. I'm wondering. Tell Maria we are doing it now. Again,
We are. Mm-hmm.
if you want to type it in there.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and cut.
Okay, let's see what's
You
going
know,
on.
I kind of like this deck. I think I'm going to have to use it some more here.
Well, it's a nice summer deck, mermaids. Four of Swords.
Interesting.
A Chariot reversed.
Well, just from the brief contours, it may not be real soon.
No.
We have the Five of Swords.
Upright.
That's upright. We have the Four of Swords, which is upright. And there's the Chariot reversed.
So I have two cards in this reading, Maria, that seem to show not much movement. The Four of Swords is somebody who's like, if they were sick, I would say they're recuperating. But if it's not that, they are stepping back from things for a while. They are kind of laying low. They are maybe doing a lot of contemplation and meditation, and maybe they've suffered an emotional or mental upset of some sort, and they just need some time to get it together again. And the Chariot reversed is another card of not a lot of movement going on.
Right. There's some limitations here. There's an inertia. I'm inclined to think, without knowing for sure where you're at, that maybe it's like everyone around the world is having, some limitations because of quarantine and COVID, and that things just are not very movement oriented, which is kind of curious because, of course, the swords being air elements are sort of about movement in a way.
Yeah.
But this one says there's a need to really pull back at this time, to rest or to somehow heal or be away from the situation.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think this is relating to that person, or do you think this is something else? What do you see with the 5 again?
Well,
I think that
let me review the question one more
this
time.
may tie into the Four of Swords here, and maybe that's why they're pulling back. Do you think maybe they've had some kind of, they feel like they've been betrayed in some way, or?
It could be indicated that there is, besides distance, that there is some sort of tension in the relationship.
Well, or with somebody else that's making them step back. Either way.
Well, I personally don't feel that there is somebody else in a relationship. That I do feel that your relationship is mutual between you two.
Okay.
But I feel that there are stress factors there going on, and it may be related to they're out of work, they have care situations with other people. Something like that is sort of creating some stress there.
It could be the nature of the long distance relationship too. Maybe they realize there's just a lot of hurdles here and they have to step back a little bit and think about what their next moves are going to be.
Clearly, the overall tone of the reading says that although it's a relationship, it's sort of in a limbo right now. There's just a stasis going on there. There's no movement possible right now for some reason, and that things are more or less in place.
Yeah, I want to see what the Lenormand is going to say, because that might depend on what I tell you next, Maria. Let's see.
Okay, and we have images ping there, but we are actually...
yeah, images, we are into overtime right now. We're not going to be able to fit you in today. We're very sorry, because we always like to see new people, but we can't fit you in today.
Right, we're normally on 2 hours, but the 2 hours that just ended, so we're just finishing up a few readings. But like us, subscribe, come back again sometime, and maybe we can get you in there.
You know what, Maria? Don't give up hope completely, because there is no reason to. This may take some time, but look, I have the heart here, and I have news. So I am thinking that this will happen. I just don't see it happening right now. So I would say for maybe about a month, maybe less, maybe within the next month or so, you might hear something, because this is a positive sign of that. The Rider is news and movement. If nothing else, this person is on the move in some way.
Right. In many parts of the world, let alone the States, things are opening up again. And so it could be a good sign that there is news coming. I'm inclined to think it would be longer than a month myself. It might be a couple months, but it's not super soon. I think it's really not clear to us. It just seems like it's weeks off.
But I do feel that when you hear a message, it is going to be about the relationship and their feelings. one way or another, so that maybe things could, either resume or resolve themselves. But Maria, I have to leave you, and I know you've been waiting, but I think that there's just a limbo right now. There is no movement I see here, and it's going to be at least 4 to 8 weeks until we see movement again.
The other thing to consider is that we just moved into Mercury retrograde, and so the whole
Yes.
idea of communication is very skewed and maybe prone to some amount of people not understanding things, or some amount of miscommunications or accidents with translations, etc. So you may just want to chill for at least a few weeks, like we said,
Yeah.
and wait till things get better after the Mercury retrograde is over.
Yeah, and that's something too I hadn't even factored in, but that's a good point, Mr. O.
Thank you.
That's all we have for you this time, Maria. I hope that helps a little bit. At least it tells you where things stand at the moment. So I wouldn't push the envelope, so to speak. I know we have the letter card in here right now, and let things stand for a little bit, and just let the energies shift and change.
I hope that helps.
So, Ashika, you are up. It is your turn, and then Violet Ann. Hang in there, Maria. Good luck. Wishing you luck. And we could be wrong. The tarot is a snapshot in time. So we hope for the best, and do let us know. We always want feedback, even, if you can say we're wrong. It happens. We are not perfect.
Okay, go ahead and give us your question, Ashika.
Yep, Ashika, go ahead. It's your turn, and then Violet Ann, and we are done.
Oh, you're excited. Okay. I don't remember if you typed in a question earlier, but go ahead.
Yeah, if you could type it again,
There it
we'd
is.
appreciate it. Oh, there we go.
All right. Well, let's stick with mermaids
And his
because
personality traits. Well, let's see. Let's do a 3 card and see if it comes up. We may have to do something else to get both the aspects of the question.
right.
But let's see.
And I like using the mermaid decks, and thank you, Kaleo. They just seem really central, and most of our questions are about relationships, so why not?
A water deck for emotions.
Excuse me.
And it's the Sunny Cam. The only thing you've done is have him move over, so I have less room
Excuse me. I need a cough
to
drop.
shuffle, Mr. O. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get for Ashika. Okay, that's come up a bit today, and you got 2. Wow.
2 nines. Okay, so we have a reverse 9 of wands. We have the upright 9 of pentacles. And then we have an ace of wands.
It's interesting that we have 2 9s. I noticed that. Ashika, an ace of wands. Well, this is very interesting. The 9 of wands to me seems to indicate, though, that, are you really ready for this? Are you sure? Because, things could start to happen. I do sense, though, that, this is showing somebody who is very happy or contented right now in their lives as it stands. This could be you. This could be the person that you are going to meet. Because I do sense something might be happening here. The Ace of Wands is the beginning of something new, and it could be a relationship.
They may start off as friends, and they may actually seem to you, or in how they present themselves, as not being interested in a relationship.
Yeah,
because they may be working on things, but maybe this will change.
Let's talk about this, because you actually asked what the personality traits were and when. I don't know, that Ace of Wands coming up, right? Sounds like it could be pretty soon. Sounds like it could happen, I don't know, within a month. It does seem like the time span is fairly short for this. But the thing is, what about the personality traits of this person? I sense that they are somebody who may not be, like maybe not be ready to commit to anything, actually. They may
Right.
be a little lackadaisical about it, like Mr. O said. And
Or they're interested in business, I think.
yeah, because there's this business thing. They're really right now into becoming successful and becoming comfortable, and maybe have getting comfortable enough where they feel like they might be ready to commit to somebody and have a relationship with them. So for the most part, it seems like they're going to be somebody who will be financially successful. I'm not going to say they're going to be uberly rich, but I think they will be comfortable, and they know how to manage resources too. They may even have their own house or property.
I think that's true, and I think that maybe they're basically new at business, but they have something that's really compelling. Maybe it's their drive, maybe it's their energy. It's possible too that maybe they already have something of investment potential behind them. Like maybe they have money that they've inherited, or maybe they've already ran a business and now they're starting another business.
So I am kind of wondering, when you meet this person, if it's going to be somebody who is older than you. I think a little bit more established, perhaps, I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but also we have a preponderance of wands here. So I'm thinking they might be a fire sign. Definitely that's
Could be.
leaning that way. And we're talking about the personality of somebody who's really takes initiative on the go, all that fire energy.
So, like an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, they tend to be dynamic persons. They tend to be quick to move and apply energies to resolve problems. They're interested in science, things like that. Let's do the Lenormand here and see what else it tells us.
let's
And
see.
yeah, Kellyo, Sonny, you did do a big yawn there.
You're a fire sign. Awesome. Okay. That's Abhinav saying that. I am an Aries.
Kellyo's a Leo.
Yep.
I'm surrounded by fire.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chrissy. We are done after, we have one more reading after this and we're done for the day.
Yeah, we're pretty much finishing
You're
up
just
here,
a little
so
too late today. I'm sorry.
try to catch us next time if you can.
I've already turned 2 people away. But take care, and good to see you stopped in.
All right. Oh,
Wow. Well, now, do I have to take it back? Maybe not. This is very interesting, Ishika, and I don't know what you're going to think of this. I got the dog, and I got the child. So I'm really beginning to wonder here if this isn't somebody from your past, or somebody that you knew from childhood, somebody who maybe you were a friend with, or maybe you knew through a friend, a childhood friend. It's also possible that you might meet this person through a childhood friend. Uh-oh. Are you all right? Excuse. Hey there, everybody. Sorry about that. Somebody, something, something went down the wrong pipe, obviously. So I don't know if you got that last part about the childhood friend thing. This also could be somebody, what I would like to say is that even though this person might be older and more established than you, this might be somebody who approaches life with a real childlike sense of wonder. This could also be talking about their personality traits a little bit, and somebody who will really bond with you on not just a relationship level, but you can feel really on a friendship level. Like this is a true friend and companion. This sounds really wonderful, actually, I think, overall.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah, you're going to have to take my word for it, and he's going to take a brief break there to collect further. And I hope that I hope that answers your question, Ashika. But that's what we have for you for today. And we're going to move on to our last reading. Violet Ann, are you with us? You're very welcome. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I seem to have like a bubble in my throat and it wouldn't go away.
Okay, type your question and we're good to go. Thanks for sticking with us, Violet Ann. It'll be fine in a jiff. Hopefully. Do you need more? Do you need a sip of mine, or are you okay?
I'll probably make it.
Goodness.
I just get so excited sometimes.
How is the love connection looking between me and Scorpio? Okay, me and my Scorpio. Oh, why don't you show the cat wounds you have, Mr. O? I'm staring right at them. Camera angle. This is what happens sometimes playing with the cats. Yikes.
No, I'm starting a new ghost show and the ghosts are scratching me.
Paranormal. No.
Thank you, Ashika. We do think we have some energy going on, and sometimes it hits the mark.
Oh, he's being. We hit the mark a bit. But thank you for that. We do feel, and that's why we decided to work together, because we do have a very compatible energy. Sometimes even when we're at odds, it just seems to work out. So I'm doing this for some reason beforehand. I don't know why I, for some reason, thought maybe you were grabbing a deck, but I'm going to grab one.
Oh, you know
No,
what?
because we have been using your decks most of the day.
But the mermaids are so good for...
Oh, well,
Okay.
Scorpio, I know.
And now my nose is running too, so...
Oh, dear.
Gross. Sorry, everybody.
You really had a coughing jag there.
Yeah, I did.
It's probably that dust coming up from the Sahara.
I don't know.
It's probably the cat hair coming off of Sunny.
Okie doke.
Well, thanks for that, Casey.
I just have this like delicate kind of throat, and once I cough up to a certain degree, then I have all this like stuff sliding down.
Well, he also has this habit. It's like, and he's the one who brought it up to me, and I realize it's true, is if he sneezes once, he's going to sneeze again, at least another time. He can't just sneeze once.
Once upon a time, I used to sneeze one time. Now I never sneeze less than twice. I always sneeze multiple times. This has been going on for about a year or so.
Okay, how's the love connection looking between you? Well,
There is that, Kellyo.
we have the Six of Pentacles upright. We have the Empress, and she is reversed. And we have the Page of Wands reversed. So I'm getting the feeling that, I don't know if I'm right about this, but communication's been kind of skewed right now. Maybe not happening. There's been some misconnections maybe going on. Things off to a kind of rocky start. The Empress reversed is also indicating that maybe things are not I'm not going to say moving, but things aren't being productive right now. It's like whatever's happening is not producing any positive results. But yet, it seems as though there's a lot to offer from this relationship. Like there could be some real positive energy here.
Well, I'm wondering if there is a question about how that person, or perhaps yourself, feel about children, and that whether or not children might be a point of discussion at some point. Not necessarily that either you have them, but maybe that there are some issues about children or some ideas about children. But in general, what I do feel is that this is the kind of thing that you feel like giving to. You feel like giving to this because there's something that appeals to you strongly. Or maybe this is that person that they feel that in you, and that they have a strong desire to want to give to you.
There seems like some type of connection. I don't know why when I see that Six of Pentacles, there seems like there is a positive, growthful connection, but something is not connecting and working right now. Aha, okay.
So
kids could be an issue.
I don't know why I thought maybe there was somebody you took care of, a child of some sort. I didn't know, but I just sort of sensed it. And that maybe that would be the other person, not sure if they want to be involved with children.
Well, either that, or maybe it is an issue about, that could be a stumbling block in the relationship, wanting to have children, not wanting to have children.
So that might be an issue, but other things don't look really bad. Maybe there is a little bit of an idea that, and Scorpios don't always communicate feelings well. I know that. I'm kind of different because, well, my 5th grade teacher said I like to chatter a lot. But most Scorpios are usually tight-lipped, or they're the exact opposite. It's a spew zone. Oh, there's that.
There's that dog again. It looks so spiritual. I like that. And then Violet Ann. There's the ring. So, I sense that if nothing else at this point in time, there's a real bonding. Like I said, with that Six of Pentacles, it's almost funny. I pulled Lenormand to kind of reinforce that feeling I had about there's a connection. There's a real connection and a click between you both. There's a level of friendship that's going to grow into maybe something a little bit more serious because the ring is there. So I would say give this time. You're off to a little bit of a maybe rocky start. There might be some delays and some disappointments, but give this time because I have a sense this is going to develop into something deeper.
Being able to communicate the nature of giving on all levels will be an important part of it, and that although communications seem to be delayed and fraught with some concerns, when the sincerity can be felt on both sides, and I guess that's what Banshee is feeling too, is that it's just a matter of time. It will hopefully work out.
Yeah. So I wish you luck with that. Good luck with that, and keep us...
I'm going to go die now. No.
And keep us posted. Well, thankfully for Mr. O, we're done. And so we hope everybody has enjoyed our program today. We've had a lot of fun. And happy summer solstice, or first day of summer, Litha, midsummer, however you want to celebrate it. Enjoy the longest day of the year.
You'll have to give us feedback, Kelly, on that.
Oh, KC, give us feedback. Absolutely. Love to hear it. Feel free to DM me if you want on that. So that would be awesome. And
thanks, everybody.
Thank you again. We'll see you next time. We'll see you Thursday. People come on Thursday. And Sunday, same time, same place.
Just call me Croaky.
Bye-bye for now.